What's up, everybody? You're listening to High Tea with Mel Cullen K. If you're down for some unapologetic and unfiltered discussions from melanated perspective, let's get this chat steeped and brewed in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hi, ladies. Hi. What's up?
How y'all doing?
You hanging in there?
A little tired.
Yup. I feel that.
Yeah.
Hard. I don't know what it was this week. It felt like the last couple weeks, honestly, I definitely feel like they've blown by, but like this week felt slow and fast at the same time.
Yes.
Like it felt like things were dragging on, but you were just like, where the fuck did the day go? I thought it was still 10 o'clock and it's now 3. What are you talking about?
Yeah, it's true.
I was saying this week, I felt like I was running for my reparations. It
Oh
was
my
going
God.
so fast, but also so slow at the same time because we ain't getting any. So,
listen, I'm always out here working for my reparations. Best
Right.
believe. Anything
Yeah.
else God want to just sprinkle down on my life, I'll take it. Never gonna be upset about that. I don't care what nobody say. I give the same energy I would on a day-to-day basis, but I know certain people will pay for that convenience of having me.
Exactly.
I work hard. Oy vey. Wow. We survived. We made it here. And we were technically prosperous because of all of that. So I'll take it. Not to bring a little sermon on this Sunday, but amen.
Soulful Sunday.
Hello. Well, ladies, we are going to get into... I feel like this is a good vibes kind of episode. I mean, minus our social media moment, but I feel like this is a good energy episode. Would y'all agree based on the topics?
I think so. I'm interested to see how it goes.
Definitely.
Lord knows we haven't spoken in forever, it seems.
Y'all, it's crazy out here in these streets. But anyways, so this week we're going to talk about the power of discipline, trying to figure out how to be this balanced Black girl in this world. Okay? And then, of course, we are going to have our social media moments. And then we're going to wrap up our second topic with good vibes only, how to sweat or not sweat the bullshit. I'm going to go with not sweat, preferably. And then we'll wrap this sucker up with weekly recommendations. So, ladies, getting into the power of discipline, explain maybe some of your rituals that kind of keep you sane. And that could be literally just like, we all know Kishana has a beauty regimen, like no one else out here in these streets. So just things that on a regular basis that you do, you're like, this, I have to do this. It's not an option. It keeps me literally sane.
Okay, so for me, I'm going to shout out this little company that I love to death because they are what helps me with my discipline every single month. It's getting a happy planner. A happy planner is exactly what I do at the beginning of every single month. I sit down, I have my stickers ready, I have all my markers ready, and I just literally write down everything that I have for the month to get done. And doing that is like an organizational thing that I have to do because I like to see things in writing, and then also I like to hear it auditorily. Is that a word? It's going to be a word today.
It sounds like a word. Go ahead.
Yeah. And also, I just like to have everything that I need to do on a given basis in any kind of capacity. And it just keeps me on flow and on target with everything. But that happy planner in particular is like one of the best planners for me.
I think we all three of us are like planner advocates. Like and there's so many different styles of planners that you can get and organizers for your personal life and otherwise. Like they have workout planners. They have so many different kinds of planners. I have a budget planner.
Yeah.
Love it. Thank you, Miss Kelly.
Of course.
So I definitely would agree. I have tried a number of different planners over the last couple of years, and unfortunately the way my life works now, like my love ride or die planner, I don't have time for it. Like I have the stickers, I have the cute tapes and the cute post-its. But the amount of time that to get it to look the way I want it, I don't have time. So I'm at the undated to do and calendar appointment type of book. Super simple. Literally the only extra shit to it is like you write in the date, how the weather looks that day, did you drink your water? Like, she is real simple and basic out here in these streets. I don't need no Drake quote. Like, it's just
Oh my God.
plain
Just plain black
Jane.
and white.
Yes, literally. There's not even a fancy color book like cover on it. She is basic as can be, but she works for me right now because Lord knows my ADHD ass be running around, not knowing what the fuck is going on, and if I don't have a running list going, things will not get done.
Yeah.
So, shout out to keeping a job.
Oh my God. True.
What about you, Keish?
I mean, when it comes to the planner stuff, majority of my work planner is at work because I have like one of those super big desk calendar to keep all my work priorities organized on there. But when it comes to my personal life, like if I have like appointments or set a date with somebody to like go somewhere, like that's usually on my phone calendar because unless it comes to school, like I have 3 different type of calendars. Then I have a physical calendar, like one of those actual big write-on calendars, but not the desk size calendar, and that's a wall calendar for school. So I like to like keep those things separate.
Yeah.
Because I don't do anything for work outside of work. So for me,
Mhm.
when I'm there for my 8 to 10 to 12 hours, all that work stuff stays at work. I don't bring work home, and that's like my biggest thing about me and the job that I have. I'm not required to bring work home. Once I'm off their clock, I am off their clock. Don't call me. Don't ask me questions. Monday to Friday, 7 to 8, 7 to 5. That's when you'll see me. You'll hear from me then. Goodbye.
And that's healthy as hell. Like,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's my balance.
especially, and this is nothing anywhere near disrespectful, but like if I
No.
ever talk to anyone who especially clocks in,
Mm-hmm.
don't you fucking dare answer a text and email, nothing. They are not paying for your personal time when you're
Nope.
doing work. Do
Yep.
not fucking do it. It is
Yep.
no.
If you have
Yeah.
if you have a work email, you can set a timer to auto respond to emails after you're out of office to let people know that you're out of office. That is not you doing it. That is the platform doing it. Whether you have Google Mail, a company mail, Outlook, whatever platform your company uses, they all have an auto send feature for replies.
And I know my work email, you could actually set it to where it won't notify you of any unimportant emails
Yep, and you
Yeah.
won't know, and
for a
that thing
certain
won't
time
show.
frame.
Yep, and it won't show that you have new inboxes. And that's one thing I don't do. I do not connect my work email to my phone.
As you should not.
Yeah.
You shouldn't. When I get to the computer at work, I'll answer. Even with my RN that I work under, like when he sends out his text messages, because he's a really cool guy, but once he sends out his text messages, I don't respond to him. He is on mute. Whatever accumulates there, and he already knows you're not getting a response from me till the next business days, next work hours. You'll be okay.
I mean,
and it's not an emergency because you didn't call me.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
like if I getting the work email is one thing, because work emails, I'm gonna be honest with anybody who's listening who ever work with me and will work with me in the future. I am not answering your email if it is not an emergency situation on my off time.
If it's not life or death or my job, like I'm not.
Yeah, like if I have an event that's tomorrow and they email me, yes, I'm going to respond because that is tomorrow. Like things have to be done and actions have to be corrected. But if your event is like 6 months from now, what the fuck am I answering your email on my off time for?
Yep.
Right.
It's not that real. It can wait till I get back to work.
Yeah, and I think too, like, since we're speaking about work life, I feel like that's one place that a lot of people in our age range don't have a lot of balance in because we were taught to grind. We came from like the hustle culture and the grind culture where it's like you got to go get the bag, chase the bag, go get the
Yeah.
bag. And it's just like, okay. And that's why a lot of millennials have a lot of mental health issues because we don't take time to like unwind and
All of
give
us got anxiety.
we got like some type of
stress.
social anxiety, some where cholesterol's through the roof. Like, don't make no sense.
That's all the bacon we eat. Also, we eat a lot of bacon.
A lot of grease over there. But yeah, I think that's basically a big part of it, especially for us as millennials, is that we were taught by our parents that you have to hustle. We came from a culture with music that told us that we gotta grind. The grind don't stop.
Yep.
And I mean, unfortunately, it is true.
Yeah. It's sad.
The people who don't have to hustle didn't listen to that music.
Mm-hmm.
If we're gonna keep it a buck, I'm gonna leave that statement there. But I do agree. Like, I have separate types of planners and calendars for all the different spectrums of my life. Like, I have the big monthly calendar that I put all of my shit on, like my personal, my work, my podcast, all my stuff goes on there. So I have a mental understanding of what's happening in the next couple weeks. But then I have my budget planner that I keep at home because that's where I should be doing my budget. I have a work planner that stays at work. And then my calendar on my phone is linked to all that shit. So I can keep track of it on there too. So I'm not losing my mind. Which is all the time. Boy. Well, any other rituals that y'all have felt has helped definitely keep you on the right track?
Oh, you know what? Actually, I just started recently. Every Friday, I have a set plan for dinner, and that's making homemade pizza.
Oh, wow.
From scratch. Like, nice. I make the dough from scratch, do the sauce, all the toppings. Sometimes I'll like make some pizzas and take it to my neighbors, like a nice neighbor that I am.
Why are you so cute?
Because I have nothing to do and I'm home alone. So I just give back, you know? But I think that's good for people who have like big families. Right. Oh, come on now with it.
Like, the fuck.
Yeah. I think that's very helpful.
Well, we talked about on here, like, cooking is, if you enjoy cooking, let me also back that up as well. If you enjoy cooking, and if you're like most of us who do not have a well-balanced diet, cooking at home helps with that.
Yeah.
Because if I live my current life now, but with eating takeout instead of cooking at home as much as we do, I would be a fucking whale. I would be a ginormous whale.
Yeah.
So I support you, boo.
Thanks. It releases endorphins, and that's actually proven that cooking does that.
Plus, pizza is delicious.
As long as you like doing it, it definitely does.
Yes. It's a 2 for 1.
Yeah.
I love that. What about you, Keish? You have any other rituals that you're, like, definitely make you feel better?
I would probably say my alone time phase. And that's one thing that I do take kind of personally, because even though I live with my man, I still have my hours where I'm alone. And I enjoy it because it's just like I listen to whatever music I want. I do whatever I want. Like, it doesn't matter to me. Like, it's nice to get those few hours before he gets home from work to myself. It's like that's my moment where, like, because you guys know I love to do my own nails and my hair. So it's just like, if I have the time, like if I have come home from work that day and I have time, like I'll give myself a nice little manicure, a pedicure. Like, if it's my wash day, I'll take my time with my wash day and stuff like that. So it's scheduling those little moments. And it's even like if I want to run to like TJ Maxx or Marshalls or Home Goods and walk around, do a little shopping. I appreciate
retail
those moments.
therapy.
Oh yeah, I appreciate those moments.
Well, also, it's a good time to remind yourself of the things you like outside of your relationship.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
100%. Because I'm a person who is pro independence, even in a relationship. Like you need to have those boundaries where it's like I feel like yes, it's perfectly normal to be dependent on your partner, but it's like at the same time you have to be yourself outside of that.
Well, also
Exactly.
as a partner, you have to be as equally encouraging of
Mm-hmm.
your
Mm.
partner doing the same.
Oh yeah.
And that's where some relationships don't have a balance. And
Oh
that's
yeah.
where you see like the pettiness and the bickering because of
Oh yeah.
neither of them get to spend their own time really alone, or one of them does and the other one
Mm-hmm.
gets has to feel guilty about it.
Yeah, that's
Mhm.
true.
I love my alone time. I did all that binging I did yesterday. That was mostly me by myself, and it was unless Salem came to join. It was great. I love it, ladies. Well, I got one more question for y'all before I
Mm-hmm.
start shouting out some things I wanted to bring up. How do you feel when you're out of balance?
Oh,
Mm.
like you just don't have any control over
Mm-hmm.
anything. Like I know for me, like the vertigo gets way out of hand,
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
and your equilibrium is completely shot to the point where you're just overwhelmed. And you kind of don't even know what you're overwhelmed about.
Mm-hmm.
You're just done. You're just like, I need to
You don't
take
know what to
a
do to
breath.
even fix it. You
No.
kind of go into like a state of like just frozen.
Yeah. Got to breathe through it, kind of figure out
Mm-hmm.
something to manage it, take away the stress from it, but you got to walk through it. It's not fun.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about because it's like it feels like you're walking on eggshells. Like it's like, yo,
Hmm.
I gotta like step very lightly. Like what's happening?
Yeah. And
Like
sometimes
where did I
even your
go wrong?
emotions are horrible.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're just getting pissed off at everything and
Oh yeah.
everyone. And
Oh yeah.
Oh
I
yes,
definitely get that because I'm a person.
1000%.
I'm a person
hmm
that my emotions are usually very balanced, and when I get thrown off, I get thrown off, and it's just like, and when I get to that moment, I just need to like not talk to people.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
shut down
I just need to,
intentionally.
and then figure out why I feel that way.
Yep.
It feels like you're watching like the Twilight Zone, like the spiraling.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's how I feel when I'm like that because I feel like, as you said, like walking on eggshells. Like I feel like there's a bomb gonna go off every time I do something because I don't know what's supposed to be happening next.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's usually when I feel the most out of balance. Is when I have like all the planners. If I don't do all that stuff, I feel
Hmm.
out of balance, and then I feel like I don't literally know what's going on in my own life. Like, did this bill get paid? Did this get done? If I don't do all these little boxes,
Hmm.
it's a hard no for me. I
Yeah.
can't live like that.
And then you lose sleep over it. And who needs
Mm-hmm.
and has time to lose sleep?
We were actually talking about sleep the other day, and also tying to the hustle generation thing. They were saying that with Alzheimer's and things like that, like you being in a deep sleep helps avoid that. And
Hmm.
our generation being the hustle culture means we get less and less sleep than anyone before us.
Yeah.
So that means there's more of a chance that we're going to have some type of issue down the line when we get older with our
Hmm.
memory.
Yep.
And my memory's been jacked up.
Yeah, it's unfortunate and sad.
It is. Unfortunately,
We gonna make it, y'all. Eventually.
we ain't got a choice.
I mean, quite literally, our parents weren't wrong.
We ain't got a choice.
Now our experience in it is different than theirs, but our parents were not wrong. I just love when so I give zero fucks on a normal basis about a lot of things. And that's not me trying to sound like cocky or whatever, that's just me being honest. Like the amount of things that people tell me on a regular basis I don't care about.
Hmm.
I'm like, okay, sounds good. And to me, like, especially when I see people who have zero discipline or structure in their lives, I just let them talk, and then I just toss the memory away and just keep it pushing. Like, I don't get invested into their shit, but when they make me have to like speak to them and like engage with them and they want like real advice, I'd be like, yo, what the fuck? Because all they complain about is things that would be avoidable if they had some form of discipline or structure. So it just feels like you're talking in a circle to yourself.
Yeah, man.
You're just like, what?
And this is not judgment, but I'm talking about the examples of like grown ass adults who've been doing the same shit for 5 to 20, 30 years. And they're like, I don't know, my life is this way because you a hot ass mess.
Yeah.
Not saying anything else is wrong, but you know, new experience is much different than just repetitive.
Yeah.
Right. And I think people are very scared of like new things or trying new things or having to do something new. And it's okay to have that fear, but it's like you can't let that fear possess you and hold you back. Because like in 5 years, you're going to end up sitting there looking like, why didn't I do this? Why didn't I?
Well, that's why our world is so jacked up now, is because people are not willing to move with the times and accept different opinions and viewpoints. So you're not helping the whole situation, let alone helping yourself.
Yep, everyone's stuck in the yesteryears.
Yep.
It's crazy.
Don't get me wrong, I love to be nostalgic. I watch old TV and listen to old music every damn day.
But it's realistic because that's not the world that you're trying to live in. You know, like you've lived in that world, or you like what that world had to offer back then, you know. But it's not. But you have the understanding of like that's not my world. That's not my time. That's not my reality.
It's my escape.
It's entertainment.
Like right now, I'm watching The Nanny. That's my morning getting ready show. Love it. Fran. First of all, bitch's waist was snatched. Okay,
for real.
Had the best waist in the game. I've been watching. I'm on season 4. What the fuck? Bitch's waist is still just tiny. Oh, she looks so damn good, even in her weird ass outfits. But anyways, yes, it's an escape. Like I don't, especially as a person who wants to get married and have kids and have this stereotypical setup of life, but with my own options to it. I don't want to just feel stagnant, but I also know I need to do what's best for me in order to feel balanced. Because if I don't feel balanced, we talked about the options of how that feels.
Yep.
I love a good blinders, but
only every once in a while.
Yeah, like right now with all this like war stuff, like of course I want to go in my bed and just not hear any of it. I don't, but I know I need to understand what's happening in this world and the travesties that other people are having to go through over someone else's bullshit. What do we know? We're just 3 black girls.
On my end of it, like it's feels more personal because my partner's from that side of the world, so
right next door.
Yeah,
right next door.
So you have to pay attention and be
100%.
aware, but also you have to figure out what's a balance to that, because as we've learned, being overwhelmed by information all the time is exhausting.
Yep, like we have our balance with that. It's just like we'll talk about it, but then we'll just be like, okay, that's enough. That's enough for right now. Let's just stop, change the subject, and we just change the subject and move on.
Yeah,
because you have to be aware of what's going on around you, but also know when it's you have absorbed enough for that day or that week.
Yeah, of course.
And not
registry.
everything is a shareable moment. Not everything needs to be talked about, gossiped about, shared about.
No, privacy is good.
Yeah.
Well, also sometimes like there's some information that I see. Lord knows not enough. But anyways, there's some information that I see that I'm like, nobody needs to know this. This is just interesting to me.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And it could be serious stuff or it could be not serious stuff, but that's also okay. Like coming from the MySpace generation where I put all my shit out there, every single
Yeah.
fucking thought, no one gave a fuck.
Jesus, right. Thank God we weren't Twitter girls.
I was for about 2 seconds,
I
and
Twitter
was
that
too.
shit
fingers.
was a lot to manage.
Listen,
My
just
Tumblr was way more important to me.
oh yeah, our Tumblrs were popping. I probably can log into Tumblr right now and still think it was popping. We had all the
Yeah,
we had all the
Tumblr.
layouts.
That you had to unofficially learn HTML coding
We were coding
and
for
all that
MySpace and
shit.
Tumblr.
Yeah. Anyways,
Sitting up on my Dell. Sitting up on my Dell
aging
looking like I'm about to hack the internet.
aging ourselves hard right now.
Oh my God.
But anyways, yeah, like no one gives a fuck about every single thought and imagination moment that you have. No one gives a fuck. Like there's so much stuff I don't share anymore
Exactly.
because,
Oh yes.
and not that they're not worth shareable moments, but to curate them and find the perfect caption and the perfect tinting and filters and the this and the that and the,
Mm-hmm.
who gives a fuck?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The people that I care about, I will share that stuff with them when I see them in person.
Mm-hmm.
If you
And
want to.
if you want to, because also spending time with people is also more important than sharing about what you've been doing.
Mm-hmm.
But that's part of the flexing, though.
Yep.
I'm just like, I don't. No one gives a fuck how many drinks you just had
It just makes me sad.
or where you had them. Like just the other day, I just saw an overshare, and I'll tell you the whole entire story offline, Mel. But I just saw an overshare, and I guess Shorty didn't realize that she just nip slipped her friend.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
And I'm just like, I'm sure if I peeped that, everyone else peeped that, but you only cared
about
how
how
nice
you.
you and the beach and whatever was happening at the time looked, but didn't care to actually realize that you nip slipped your friend, like full on nipple.
Oh my
Oh my
god.
gosh.
And I was just sitting there and I'm just like, I'm sure there's like mad other people that saw this.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I can't wait to hear this story.
And it's one of those type of people who loves to flex their lifestyle.
Of course.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, well, that's what baddie culture has done to a lot of girls in our age range.
Ugh. It's nauseating.
It really is, and that's where I'm saying that there needs to be a balance somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Not everyone
Yeah.
gives a fuck what you're doing at that exact moment, and it drives me insane when people are like posting their exact locations at where they are,
Oh god.
what restaurants they're eating at, what hotels they're staying at.
Mm-hmm.
They're y'all
I
need help.
post on stories, and that's it.
Right.
It.
I probably post on my regular post like for like major events like someone's birthday or a holiday, and that's it.
Yeah.
So that's like what, 3, maybe 4 posts a year.
Maybe.
Yeah, I'm good.
Mm-hmm.
I just do a birthday post once a year to make sure people know I'm still alive. And we can call that shit a day because
Yep.
I don't like. I remember like literally. This is when I was single and had the time. I remember literally being like, "All right, at this time I need to post this because I get the most likes during this time.
Mm-hmm.
And if I have to post it in the evening, it can't be later than this time because hell no." Like literally trying to figure out when I can post stuff and making sure I took pictures and this and that. And granted, I was around people who cared about that kind of stuff too. So like taking the moment to take those pictures meant nothing to them. That's what that's expected for them.
Yeah. See,
I
I have to be
don't.
careful what I say because that
I
get me in
No,
don't
trouble.
have it.
yeah,
Yeah.
and you know what too? I was having a conversation with my man. Like this is like a while ago. I mean, we were talking about that, right? And it's just like a lot of us don't realize that just because you post something and it may come off a type of way to you once you see it, but to other people they may take it completely different. So he's just like, yeah, quoting something that may make feel personal to you may sound good, but other people on the outside may take it a different way and
Mm-hmm.
like come to their own conclusions. And then I actually started thinking about that really hard, and I'm just like, yeah, that is true. That is true. There is a lot of people out there with that if the shoe fits wear it type of personalities. And I completely agreed with what he said. So like even to like things that I post on my stories, like I like think about them, like I double think them before I even post them.
Yeah.
Cause
I
then cause then
Go
I
ahead.
cause I always see people who have like they'll post something and then like 2 stories later they're like, don't come at me in my DMs talking about. I'm
Mm-hmm.
like okay.
Every influencer out there.
Right. And then I'm just like, well, that's what happens. Like you're an influencer or you're a person with a good amount of following, whether you're an influencer or
Mm-hmm.
not, you have people that follow you, and everybody that follows you or you follow have different opinions. And it's just like, and if you can't handle the opinion of other people, don't post nothing.
Right.
Or don't post something that people are going to have opinions on. Because there's people who are freaking keyboard finger happy and will
Mm-hmm.
come in there and let you know about your whole entire life. They'll let you know about your mama, your son, your father, your man's, everything.
Well, that's like with posting. You like the way I used to approach it is, can you for a fact argue that you are right to post this
Right.
You're right.
and say what you say?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Can you defend it to the day you die, or to the moment that you realize you're in the wrong? Like, how far can you argue that
Mm-hmm.
this is okay?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If it's a long argument, like I could defend that shit to the end, I'm gonna post it.
Yep.
If it's a short term, ooh, this is kind of petty. I know somebody might say some shit,
Mm-hmm.
and I can't post this. I can't post this. No, no,
Like,
no, no, no. This sounds like too much drama. This sounds like a high school version of me. Don't post that,
Yep.
exactly.
bitch.
Exactly.
Don't do it. It's a
Yeah.
trap. No, 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 no.
Oh yeah, like this whole conversation is just saying that there's a balance to social media as well. Like you gotta know when to like just step the fuck back from it.
Yeah.
And if you know
Yes.
you can't take that type of heat, don't post shit. Don't be there. Just be a lurker. Just lurk.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I
So
do on social media. I lurk.
1,000%,
I lurk
and
and
that's the
watch
only
funny
reason I
shit.
still have it.
Right. I lurk, post funny shit. I lurk, send funny shit to you guys, and just keep it pushing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like, it's not that serious. If Instagram was to fall off the map today, I'm pretty sure the three of us will be perfectly fine.
So happy.
I mean, I'll have to find a new hobby, but yeah.
I'll probably take up writing again, so who knows?
I'll probably start painting or some shit. I'll be probably working out. Actually, I need to work out.
Oh yeah.
As I ate so
And
much for breakfast.
have you guys ever looked at like your screen times?
Yeah.
It reminds me.
Okay. So I was actually shocked that Instagram is not at the top of my list on my screen time.
What is it?
YouTube.
Oh,
That's
makes
what
sense.
social media.
No.
It's that and like this wordscape game that I play because I like little puzzles and trivia type of stuff.
Uh-huh.
You
It's that
smart.
and the
That's it, because you smart.
I guess so. But it's actually YouTube and Wordscape. I was just like, okay, and then actually Reddit is actually before my Instagram, and I'm just like, okay,
Reddit?
yeah,
Got it.
you know what I mean, Melissa.
Doesn't
Oh,
mean I'm not going
God.
to say nothing.
Don't come from my pronunciation, okay? I see
You
what
would
you're
do
trying
it to me too,
I
so
see what you're trying to
whatever.
do. I see what you're trying to
Whatever.
do. Yeah, but when it comes to that shit, like people, look at your screen time. Like seriously,
Yeah.
if something that isn't supposed to be up there is up there, fix it.
Yep.
Fix it.
Listen, don't get me wrong, I'm just as obsessed about my phone as everybody else.
Oh yeah.
So I have like on my desk there is a whole little standing thing for my cell phone because why the fuck wouldn't I have it standing and ready to go?
Mm-hmm.
But even with that, I still get in the zone and I ignore that bitch. Like like
Yeah.
this week, most of the week I was not on my phone during the day.
Mm-hmm.
Same.
Good.
I'll text my man when I get there and when I'm leaving,
Mm-hmm.
and
As
that
it
be
should be.
it.
Mm-hmm.
As it
And
should
that
be.
would be it. And that's okay. So like on my days off, that doesn't mean I overload now on social media time because I haven't been on it. No, I'm now gonna also zone out and do what I want to do and not
Mm-hmm.
talk to nobody because once again, if it's not an emergency, I don't need to answer you at that very second. You
Yep.
Yeah.
texted me instead of called me, so now I have time to figure out what I want to do
Mm-hmm.
and proceed as I want.
Yeah. Like I'm an advocate for going off the radar. Like
Oh
I'm
yeah.
good for putting my phone on do not disturb now. Because like this past week was just hectic as all get out and had no ability to even think about my phone. And
Mm-hmm.
to have it on do not disturb and coming back to nothing on my phone because I don't even allow any text messages to come into the
Mm-hmm.
phone. It's wonderful. So whenever
Yeah.
I do text somebody, it's like, so what happened to you? Oh, I was living. I was minding my own business and getting work
Like, that
done.
was fine.
But like,
I wish a bitch would be
chill.
like, "Where you been?" First of all,
Right.
Heifer, the fuck I owe you rent.
Right.
Right.
I ain't trying to cash out on you.
The
Right.
fuck? I
Mm.
don't owe you shit. Don't ask. You are not the slumlord. The fuck?
No. And it's funny how we were just talking about not posting so much on Instagram. I haven't posted in over 2 years now for other reasons, but the last time I posted was about 2 weeks ago during the Super Bowl, and I only did that because I was contractually obligated to post on my story. And when I did, like that, it was so weird. Like the amount
First
of
of all, it was flawless.
It was, and I was actually shocked. I was just
It
like,
was
"Nah, she
so
has to be."
crisp.
When you were posting, I was just like, "There's
Bitch
more
did
meaning
that.
behind this."
Bitch
more
did that.
meaning.
I was like, "There are way much more meaning behind this."
Yeah, man.
First, I want to
So
talk about that offline. I'm not gonna make you talk about it online, but it was
okay.
like the content in itself was just
Mhm.
perfect.
Yeah, it was.
It was so obviously you know what you're doing, but I'm letting you know on this end. I was like, "Ooh, look at my girl, she doing the thing." I'm like,
Well,
"Good."
it's so weird you said that because the amount of people who DM'd me that I haven't spoken to in forever, they were like, "Oh my goodness, you're alive! I haven't seen you in so long." And it's like, yeah, because this is not my speed. I'm
Cause
only
I
Don't
want
do
to.
this
I don't
obligated
want
to
to
shit.
be
do this.
seen.
Yeah, we can talk about that later, I guess. Though.
We got some. Now we got things to talk about offline. We're
Oh
break now.
God,
Hey y'all, we're back. Anyways,
it's a beautiful morning.
well, anything else y'all want to talk about as far as discipline? Like, think if there's just anything, honestly, like, cool. Well, I'm gonna let Miss Kelly talk about these twisted Perkins.
Oh Jesus,
You like that? That was good, right?
yeah.
These nasty motherfuckers.
Nasty.
Mm-hmm. Salty
Nasty ass.
motherfuckers. We're
Ew.
gonna get to how
Ew.
salty it
They're
is.
fungus, like, ugh.
That's gross.
And not the good kind of fungus like mushrooms. They're just a bad, just bacterial. Ugh. All right, continue. Go ahead.
Venereal disease.
Yes. Thank you, Keish.
Okay, so this was brought to us by noironline.org. And basically, this Louisiana teacher has just been nasty and got somebody else involved. And she pled guilty to lacing cupcakes that she gave her own students with semen. That's right. That white, sticky stuff that's salty and nasty and just gross. Yep, she got her ex involved, 36 years old, but she has a whole rap sheet of sex crimes and convictions and charges against her, even before she became a teacher. But why in the world would you even give students, let alone anybody of any age, cupcakes that are laced with inside body juices? That's That's not the cream that I want in my cupcake.
Oh my god,
That's
stop.
nasty, Kelly. Stop
Kelly.
it. Just stop it.
Not
It
all
was
the
too easy.
puns. Ew.
Oh my god. Yep.
Child.
But there's too much going on in Louisiana.
First of all, I say this all the time. There's certain places that are cool until you remember what state they're in.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
New Orleans and Louisiana is a perfect example of that. New Orleans is cool. I wouldn't live
Yeah.
there, but it's a cool place.
Mm-hmm.
But Louisiana is not.
Yeah.
There's nothing cool about Louisiana. Louisiana is a horrible place. They do not give a fuck about their people.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, I digress. Back to this twisted, nasty, dirty people.
Yeah. Those parents, I would definitely be suing the
Oh, there will be
public
a
school
class action.
system and everything. Like that's horrible. You can get a disease from that.
Also, just nasty.
Yeah. Oh gosh. Yeah, when I saw that, I was just a bit taken back and figured, you know what, that should be our social media moment.
Dirty motherfuckers.
Oh, and then I don't know if you did hear, because I saw this right before we got on to record. Some Iranian guy got a battery stuck up his penis.
I'm sorry, what?
Yep. He got a battery stuck up his hole.
When I hear stories like this, I just want to know what happened leading up to that point.
Me too.
Like, at
I'm
what
gonna
point
send it to
did we
y'all.
say, huh, you know, we should try
Pegging.
worse than pegging?
Peg.
Worse than pegging. Let's just shove this battery up my dick and see how that goes.
And it was a double A battery, not even a triple A.
What?
So it was a little thicker.
So they went for the thicker thing.
Yep.
Oh, I don't even got a penis.
How
I'm
do you
imagining
do
how
that?
that feels.
Yo, I don't know.
Like, if this was up the butt, I was prepared for that, and I was like,
No.
yup, people do that shit every day. They weird out here. But that's painful.
Yeah, man. I mean, at least our little area, it expands because we have kids, but y'all's don't expand. That thing stays snatched.
Yeah, it's not okay. I don't.
Yeah.
Also, y'all are some weirdos.
And he was 49 years old.
Of course he was.
Mm-hmm. It don't matter your age. Stupid comes in all shapes, sizes, and ages.
It really does. It's terrifying.
Mm-hmm.
That has been proved so many times.
Time and time again.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just, as you said earlier offline, like, how did she become a teacher if she had sex crimes already?
Right.
Before becoming a teacher? Like, who thought that was a good idea? Did we do a background check? Do y'all require background checks? It is Louisiana. There's a chance they don't.
Right, I was gonna say.
Because who paying for that? They're not. Aren't they one of those states that are damn near bankrupt?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Your
Does not make
state
sense.
is bankrupt. I just needed everybody to understand what it takes for your state to be bankrupt.
Mm-hmm.
We've seen how a city goes downhill fast after becoming bankrupt. Okay. Just put it out there. Oh my god, this is so cute.
There's just too many weird as fuck things happening in this world right now.
Yeah. And you heard what Nick Cannon said.
Oh, fuck no.
He loves having sex with pregnant women. Of course you do, dude.
I've heard that before.
Really?
Yes, I've had a couple different male friends say that to me before.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
I had a guy that was his type. He was like, yeah, I'm ready to be a dad, but also I didn't have to do it. I just get to do her. Sounds good.
It's like, okay, weirdo.
I'm not disagreeing with you on that. I do not condone this behavior. I just, once again, I let people talk and I'll walk away.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Some things get thrown out and some things get kept for this very moment.
God, I can't stand it.
Yeah, I just want to know, like, yeah, as a parent, there will be a class action against the two of them. They won't be able to pay anything, so it'd just be for quite literally nothing. And the school board can't pay anything because the state don't got shit. So it will be for nothing, but at least y'all can say you sued.
You had a
your
voice.
child. If the parents could even sue, because once again, it's Louisiana. No disrespect, but the income is very low down there. Just saying. I ain't got nothing else to say. They're nasty. Like, I like the rape allegations and all the other stuff that was listed of what they were charged for and being charged for are disgusting. I never understood any woman who, or man, to be honest, but especially a woman who can be involved with something like that and enjoy it. Like, you got some extra fucked up shit went on with you. And I cannot condone that. I'm super good. Nope. I kill.
Y'all just nasty.
End of story.
As a future parent, I'm just saying, like, no. Let me find out that my child ate men cupcakes.
Coming after you.
There would have been no article, honestly. They would never found them.
And the sad part, the part that I think about is the fact that there's STIs that gets transmitted through that. And it's just like, now you have to, as a parent and the child, like, growing up, you have to deal with the possibility that you just got a uncurable, life-threatening, lifelong STI or...
And there's nothing you could have done to stop it.
Nothing.
But that's why at schools they say you can't bring food anymore. That's been the case for so many years now.
Shit, that was not a thing in my school. We all brought shit.
No, I'm saying when we were, it was fine. But over the past couple of years, they've gotten that rule situated now.
That's how I got into cooking. I was cooking at home and bringing it to the school and selling it.
Oh, what do you mean? Not like kids bringing lunch, but like
bringing... Like, parties. You would have parties and people bringing cupcakes for birthdays.
Or like every parent will send something for the school, for the classroom. Yeah.
It's not just because of allergies anymore. It's because of this kind of stuff.
Got people out here wasting children's food. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Like, y'all heard about the teacher who accidentally gave her kids a weed brownie?
No.
What? Okay.
Where did this happen?
That wasn't an accident. That was an experiment.
Well, no, apparently I have to find the article. I think I was listening to a podcast or I read it. Either way.
Poor kids was probably tripping so hard.
Luckily, it was only one kid. So she had brought brownies in, but she brought a weed brownie in for herself. And when she went to give the kid the brownie, she grabbed the wrong brownie. And it was like a high concentrate too. So that kid was fucked up. That kid, I think they had to put the kid in a coma for a little bit because it was a lot of weed. It was not good.
But even to that, like, you would think that you would package your special brownie for yourself separately. How do you get that mixed up? Why would you be like, all right, I'm gonna put mine right here in this corner, and I'm gonna remember that this is mine.
I'm sorry, as a person who has to work with other people, I get anxiety about being judged about certain things, so I don't bring things to work that I could be judged on.
Like, keep your paraphernalia in the car.
Also, kids are not trustworthy. They go through your shit. Like, no. That's when people be like, oh, I'm scared to go in your bag. Bitch, don't worry. I would never put something in my bag that I would be ashamed for you to take out of my bag.
It's like, no, you're going to see a gigantic dildo at the bottom.
Yeah, like, I don't live that life. That's not me. I keep my stuff at home. That's supposed to be at home. Right. Anyways, no. Like, just, there should be a line of separation. This is that shit we talking about.
Balance.
Like, do your wee brownies at home. Don't bring it to school. Or leave it in the car if you about to do it after school. Right. But don't bring it in the classroom. And that would be me as a parent, be like, you fuck up? What the fuck is wrong with you? Leave that shit at home. Now my kid all fucked up. I had to put his ass to sleep, like, so he could just chill.
Oh,
That poor kid was
gosh.
probably tripping.
He was
Yeah,
tripping
man.
balls.
I have no idea why he's feeling the way he's feeling.
Nope, he has zero understanding of what's going on. Oy vey. All right. Well,
Leave children
parents, be careful out there. This is why we need to vote. This is why we need to pay attention about our districts and how much money goes into them and how much our teachers are being paid. This is why we need to pay attention and be a part of the PTA and all that bullshit. Okay?
Yeah.
Cool. And I, as a person who will not be in the PTA, my husband will be in the PTA. I'm saying that from this side of the fence. Okay, cool. Can y'all imagine my boo up in there? Just all the locks and all, just being snappy as hell. Out here being Kevin. Be like, you got me fucked up, bitch. I can't wait. All right. So, we are going to talk about next the good vibes only, how we avoid sweating the bullshit. And I felt like this could be like a just tips, shouted out, popcorn it kind of thing. So we can go through this real quick, if that's good with y'all.
Yeah, that's fine.
Sweet. All right. So we were already talking about this, but cutting off the world, it is therapeutic. It is something you need. For me, as we discussed on this episode, for certain things, I will take my time in responding, text message, email, voicemail. I don't give a fuck. I will take my time if it's not an emergency and respond to you in an according way.
Yep.
And that's just my way of separating from this world. Also, I won't have the anxiety to answer back as quickly because they don't need my response back quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Just effectively. Okay. What about you, ladies?
I would say accepting others helps in aiding good vibes. Because good vibes are felt by others when they feel accepted. And that's usually going to be the last thing that somebody remembers about you, even when they first meet you, is how did you make them feel? Did you make them feel like a piece of shit? Or did you make them feel like they were accepted and worthy and you took interest in who they were? So definitely accepting others.
Nice. What about you, Miss Kiana?
Understand that you're not always going to be understood and you're not going to always understand other people.
Ooh.
I think too many times that we as people thrive to feel understood, and it's not always going to be the case. Sometimes we don't even understand ourselves, and honestly, it's okay. As long as you can communicate with the people around you effectively, it doesn't have to be to the point where you're over here like, oh, I'm officially understood. It doesn't have to be like that. It doesn't. Like I've come to terms with I'm not going to see eye to eye with everyone, and not everyone's going to see eye to eye with me, or we're not always going to be on the same page at every waking moment, and that is okay. It is okay as long as the respect is there.
Yeah.
As long as you respect different viewpoints and you feel that from people as well, it's okay. That is what I strive for, is respect, not understanding.
Yeah.
I wholeheartedly agree. I definitely have had people like straight up tell me like I do not follow the path like everyone else. And I'm like, okay.
All right. And
so your point is what? We still get to the same destination. I just do a different way because your way is stupid to me.
Oh yeah. For me, if I see something that's gonna lead into like heated discussion, I shut that shit down and just be like, okay. That's my dismissive word. I'm like, okay. If I tell you okay 3 times, I'm ignoring you now.
Yeah.
Because I'm not gonna do this back and forth. I don't like going back and forth with people. The only person I like going back and forth with is myself.
Yeah, right.
So I'm gonna dismiss you with the okay.
Yeah.
I think all 3 of us are misunderstood. And I'm fine with that.
I'm fine with that.
Yes, we definitely are, but I don't give a fuck.
Yep. It's like, well, you can have what you have. I'll have what I have, and I think mine is better, but we're just gonna go with that.
I mean, I'm always open to alternative
Ideas.
options and ideas, but also my OG idea did work,
Right.
Yeah.
and it worked well before you came into this conversation.
Yeah, no, I've come to terms with I ain't always going to be right, and I'm sometimes going to be wrong,
Yup.
and vice
Yeah.
versa for other people.
Mhm.
I'm not here. I was not put on this planet to argue with people, to debate with people. If I wanted to debate, I would have been on a debate team in high school and do something in
Yeah.
politics if I wanted to debate.
No, yeah, I don't.
But that's not my life. That's not what I'm here for.
It's not energy I'm willing to exert.
Yeah, no. No.
So speaking of energy that's not willing to, it's just not worth it. When as a friend who's done this, when you're friends with the same bullshit over and over and over and over, let them.
It ain't your place.
Let them. And if they want to talk about it, let them. Don't give a response.
Mhm.
In my book, you got one time for me to give you an honest response, and then I give you zero response after that. It's going to be an okay situation. I'll be like, got it. Wow. That's crazy.
Or if you don't want to hear about it, just be straight up and tell them I don't want to hear about it.
Yeah.
Sometimes I just like to get the tea to be like, what messy shit they up to this week. I'm not gonna sit here and lie like that's not why I do it sometimes. But also, yeah, I'm nosy as fuck. I'm perfectly fine with this also about myself. So I'm gonna let you talk. But then when we're done with the conversation, once again, I'm not gonna give you advice more than once. And I'm gonna take that shit and file it away somewhere or just throw it away, depending on what happened in that conversation.
Yeah.
That's your bullshit. I already told you what you should do. That my advice was given and not received, and okay. What else I got?
I think another one would be to savor the good moments. And like too often we let the good moments pass without really celebrating them. And just savoring it means to hold on to the good thoughts and emotions that we've had with that. And sometimes, like in the world, you just feel a little bit isolated and alone and just overwhelmed. But to really think back on what made you happy at a certain point in time, that can just really lift your mood and that can bring you back to reality and finding your purpose of your why or how to get through those last couple hours through the day. Thinking back to those good moments really does help to keep you on that kind of level.
I agree. I agree, because I do feel like there's a lot of people out there that do allow the negative to overshadow the positive. And it's like, I don't understand how some people can live their life in just complete pessimism.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of the times, like, people with that type of attitude, like, you have to try to at least try to get over that woe is me. Because the world is not against you. The world does not give a fuck about you.
Yep.
Yeah.
Say it again one more time.
And I get it. We all have issues. We all have problems. We're all dealing with shit. But look at the world currently. They don't give a fuck about your issues. And that's the reality
quite literally
of it.
At war.
Right.
Yeah.
That is the reality of it. No one gives a fuck. So you have to give a fuck for yourself.
Yeah.
Well, and that's literally how I see it.
No, and I agree. And one thing I've had to learn as I've gotten older, the only way I can enjoy everyday life is remembering that everyday things are not my stressors.
Yeah.
So having to clean the bathroom like I have to, I have to do it, but I have to do it. I'm not going to get upset that I have to do it. I'm not going to get upset that I have to go to the grocery store. I have to eat. Like, I'm not, I'm a big girl. I got to maintain calories.
Mold and you want to live in mold? You want to live in hunger?
Yeah, like those are just things that you just gotta do. Like I'm not gonna sit here in a dirty ass house. I gotta clean. Like it just is what it is. I'm not
Mhm.
gonna sit here and stress over it.
Yeah, no, and I agree with you because I do feel like your personality is displayed in your surroundings.
Yeah.
And it's like if you live in clutter, you probably have a messy personality or like a very cluttered mind.
That's how you know I'm out of
Yeah.
balance.
Yeah.
If you come in my house and I let you in my house, case in point, also,
Mm.
I let you in my house and my house is out like unorganized and messy and chaotic. That's how my mind is right now.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
I'm just ignoring literally everything and I'm just focusing on what I can control, aka watching TV.
Yeah.
Or eating that last pancake.
Listen, I got 3 more sitting on the
Mm-hmm.
table. Like,
Melissa's like, I'm clocking. I'm looking at you at 3 o'clock. Don't play with me. Just don't play with me.
We got a date.
I'm gonna clean this house so I can eat the rest of you. So watch out for me now.
So stupid. Speaking of pancakes, I'm probably gonna make some pancakes when we come off of here. I
Do
got some
it.
chocolate chips.
Ooh.
Oh, I should have. Oh, I ate all the strawberries. Never mind. Should have put them in there. But yeah, he just. I tell my boyfriend that all the time too. He gets stressed out about stuff he can control, and I'm like,
Right.
why are you stressing over shit that you know you have to do every single goddamn day, every single week? You're over here stressed about stuff that you know you have to do.
Right.
Mhm.
Just let it go and woosah and kunamatata and keep it
Right.
pushing. We got other shit to
Yeah.
worry about. The world is literally on fire.
Right. Like literally,
Mhm.
that's a routine at this point. So it's like if you know that this is a constant factor in whatever part of your life it is, that's a routine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Y'all have any more?
I was just thinking, I think this good vibes only culture that we've had so far over the years has been kind of toxic also. So
Yeah.
I want to put that out there too
Yeah.
because I think
Ooh.
that whole putting out affirmations and oh I just want good energy. I feed off of this. I feed off of that. Uh, let me manifest this. You know what? When you're in a mood, you're in a mood. I've been in multiple moods over the couple years. And I think to have a good vibes only, quote unquote, type of mentality, you have to be able to relish in your dark points, in your low points,
Ooh.
and to be accepting about that with yourself and with others. Not, don't be putting on to other people,
Yo, Casper,
well,
shut the fuck up. Let her talk.
don't put on to other people, well, just think of the positive. Just
Mm-hmm.
be open minded and everything's going to be okay. You have nothing to worry about. I hate that comment.
No.
Don't be telling me that because everybody has a problem. Everybody is going through something. Everybody has a story. And for you to negate that kind of issue with other people when you don't even know them fully is discounting their feelings and what they're
Mm-hmm.
currently going through. And so I
Yes.
think we have to put that out there that this, what we're talking about as far as good vibes only and can, how we actually put that to fruition for our own
Mm-hmm.
personal lives, we also have to be comfortable in the fact that not every day is going to be good and that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way of life. Because to me, talking like how I just said and gave examples of, to me, that's lying to myself. Everything is not going to be perfect. Everything is not going to be peachy keen, peaches and cream. Like,
Mm-mm.
no. So I just wanted to put that out there.
Oh yeah, I agree with you because there's gonna be days where you have an okay day, you're gonna have a good day, you're gonna have a great day, and you're gonna have a bad day,
Mm-hmm.
or you're just gonna have a day which
A
is just
day.
so so, and that is perfectly normal. Not
Yeah.
every day is like fucking rainbows, unicorns, and butterflies.
Yeah.
We all don't wake up in Cinderella's castles every day. And I think that's the real unrealistic, and that's why I was oohing because I think that is like the unrealistic part of good vibes only. And for me personally, the way I interpret good vibes only, especially the way it was broadcasted across every social media platform, it was
Mm-hmm.
not dealing with you personally as a person coming to terms with yourself. It was you and the outwardly relationships you had with other people,
Yeah.
because everything is just like positive vibes only. Yeah, scratch all the negativity, blah blah
Mm.
blah blah. If it ain't serving you, cut them off. Positive
Mhm.
that's, and I'm just like, yeah, no, you're referring to people. You're not
Yeah.
also referring to tangible things. You're not. All those things were just reference to people.
When as a person, like, to me, when I say good vibes only, it's a scenario where there
Mhm.
should be only good vibes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like, if we're going out for one of y'all's birthdays, or someone is having a wedding, like, if we're in a scenario where it should be good energy only, that's when
Yeah.
I'm gonna be like, keep that shit out of here.
Mhm.
Good
Mhm.
vibes only, please.
Oh
Thank
yeah.
you kindly.
Oh yeah.
But in a normal everyday conversation, don't hit me with no good vibes only. First of all, bitch, we're adults. I'm talking about adult shit.
Yeah.
I'm trying to have a conversation with you.
Yeah. Because the way I interpret good vibes only for myself, I interpret it as things that make me feel good.
Yeah.
Like whether it's like doing an activity that makes me feel good, listening to something that makes me feel good, or just indulging in something that, makes me feel good.
Hey.
Mhm.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's how I interpret it. Not as like, oh, I need all this positive energy around
The crystals
me.
are aligning.
I need to like touch my
Not
rocks
the
and
crystals.
my minerals, and I need to burn my incense. Like, I'm like, okay, I'm not a hippie. I'm just, what's happening?
Right. This
I
ain't
understand.
Woodstock.
I understand. I wasn't like, I get that there's people who are very indulged in that whole celestial numerology,
That's
all that
nice.
star sign
Yeah.
shit, and whatever the case is. Like, what? Have fun with that shit. But I live in the real world where I know problems are going to be problems, and it's not because of my fucking moon is in the line with Venus.
Right.
Well,
Or
to
my
Like,
Kelly's
astrology
point, like,
sign.
as a friend, like, if I'm talking to you and you hit me with the, oh, it's gonna be all right, da 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 da, good vibes, da 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 da, bitch, you're negating what I'm saying, and you're basically saying you don't understand what I'm talking about.
right,
Just say that.
Yeah.
right.
Just
Just be
say,
like,
I'm sorry, I don't understand
stand what
exactly
you're
what you're
going
going
through,
through,
but I will
but
try
Mhm.
to
I'm
help
here for
you.
you, or you could
Yeah.
talk to me, or
Just
I'm,
vent.
yeah, like, if you just want to go get a drink, like, there's ways to speak to someone in a scenario that you don't understand,
Yeah.
and not be like, oh, just look for the brighter side of the end of the tunnel, and the grass is greener, and da, 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 da. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, those are people who just live in like some type of other outly world that ain't here.
La
Yeah,
La
I live in
Land.
reality where we're literally, once again, at fucking war. I don't want to hear that.
And people, you can't sit here and blame all your problems with how the sun and the moon is aligning with the planets.
Mhm.
You can't. That you cannot take that scapegoat. It's not a good scapegoat.
First of all,
Yeah.
the sun will literally burn you alive to dust.
You
Actually,
can't.
not even dust. You would just dissipate. And
Right.
the moon will just freeze you solid
Mhm.
And
instantly.
I think it's one thing to like read your astrology and read up on your sign and,
Mm-mm.
look at whatever character traits are there and how you relate to that. That's one thing. But when we do stuff like that here, we take it as a joke.
Yep.
I hope you guys are on the same page as me. I take some of them shits as a joke.
Mhm.
I like reading about the personality types that come out of horoscopes and shit like
Right.
that. But I don't read the daily, here's your daily horoscope. Here's your
Right.
love horoscope. First of all, suck a
Yeah,
dick,
no.
bitch. You've always been wrong. You are worse
Yeah.
than the weatherman. I hate you.
Yeah. Because the amount of times I've been told in my horoscope that I was gonna fall in love, like it's, and
Kiss
I'm just
my
like,
ass.
I still haven't done that yet. And then on top of that too, like I've met many other Virgos that are not like me as a Virgo, and I'm just like, and that's perfectly okay. I've met some real shisty, stupid ass Virgos in my life.
Sorry.
Oh, well, let me add on to that. Okay, you know what? We're going to have a little conversation right now because this is what pisses me off. I was with somebody
Yes.
and they would always say, well, the reason why we're not working is because you're a Gemini. Fuck you. We didn't work out because of you and your ass. Two.
First of all, I don't know why people have issues with Geminis. I love me a good Gemini.
Thank you. Because
one of my favorite little cousins is a Gemini, and we be out here just chatting it up every time I see her.
See, See, that's what I don't respect that. I'm sorry. My parents had sex and they did what they did and they had me at that time. Well, you know what? I'm gonna call myself a Taurus. I'm a Gemini cusp, you know? Put some respect on my cusp. So
But
I
said
just
I'm at the end of the term. Don't get me
yeah.
confused with the starting
Yeah.
of the term.
Mm-mm,
Oh,
Right.
thank you.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Please don't do it. I don't understand why people have a problem with Geminis. Like, I don't have a twin, so that doesn't mean that I'm two faced. I'm an only child, so I don't have anybody telling me, "Oh, you need to be this role model for your sister, your brother." Fuck that. I'm my own person. I could go on a long tangent about
Nah.
Geminis and how y'all just don't like us and you fuck
Listen,
us off.
I think people just read too far into like those
They do.
astrology, numerology, like what's the
They are
other
just
one?
looking for reasons to put
Put their
people in
Yeah.
boxes
not
of
just put
why they
people
don't
in
like them.
boxes. They're
Yeah.
just looking for like they don't want to take accountability to the shit that happens in their lives. They blame it on
Uh-huh.
the stars instead. And it's just
Yeah.
like, how do you expect to progress in life if that's all you're going to do? I'm like, don't get
Mm-hmm.
me wrong. Like, reading that shit is fun. But at the end of the day, I know that I am in control of my life and like my choices, therefore. So
Yep.
it's just like you are the maker of your path. It's just like the stars and the sun aren't the makers of your path. And if you're telling me that every single Virgo is going to face a financial crisis in 3 months, it's just like, how the fuck? If that's the case, I was supposed to face like 10 financial crises throughout my lifetime, and I
You should be
haven't.
bankrupt.
Right? I should be filing like 10 bankruptcies already. So it's just like, what the fuck do you mean? And that shit gets me so heated because like there's this YouTuber that I love to watch her videos, but when she starts talking about that shit, it just throws me the fuck off. And I'm just like, you are a almost 40-year-old woman, and you're
Ugh.
always complaining about something, and you blame it on your fucking planetary alignments. Like, I gotta unfollow you now. Like, this shit just drives me up the fucking wall.
God, man.
I'd rather you do a Sigmund Freud test or one of those
Right?
personality tests before you sit there and look at the number.
This bitch says Sigmund Freud. I'm weak.
No, there's a certain like personality test that he has as well. So it's just like I'd rather that versus
Is it Sigmund Freud? Aren't they the magical
The
people?
ink blocks.
No, it's
What?
the ink block guy. It's no.
Oh.
Sigmund Freud is a psychologist, but
I
it's
was
just,
talking about the people with the tiger.
That's
Who?
Barnum and Bailey.
That's Barnum and Bailey.
No, in Vegas. Hold on, now I gotta look
What?
this up.
Not Tiger King.
No, not
Shut the
Susan.
fuck up. I'm old, not this last couple of years shit. I still haven't watched Tiger King, so
Yeah,
that's not me.
Sigmund Freud has a personality test for like your ink block ink
Ink
blot
blot.
test where like whatever images you see on the ink blot.
Siegfried and Roy. That's what the fuck I was
Siegfried.
talking about. I'm not
okay.
that off. God damn it. Make me feel crazy.
You almost made me feel crazy. I'm just like, do I not know what I'm talking
I was
about?
like, wait, hold up. I'm not losing it that much on a Sunday.
I'm
Not
like, I
on
don't have a
God's
psychology
day.
degree, but I paid attention in my 2 psych classes that I took.
Right.
Because my psych teacher was my psych professor was fucking crazy. So I paid
Oh my
attention.
God.
I'm like, she's talking about
Lord.
herself right now.
We said
Sorry.
Barnum and Bailey?
Barnum Billy, don't fucking play me.
You know?
We just went on a hell of a side tangent.
Yeah, but no. It's all right. It was a good side tangent. I mean, we shitted on numerology and astrology a little bit, but
Yeah, man.
I mean, they're well deserved.
I think someone has to do it at some point. It's one thing to actually like look at those things and like take it with a grain of salt, but to like
Put it into your
incorporate
daily
whole
life.
Yeah, and to incorporate it into your whole life every day. You get up, you read it, and it navigates your day for you or your month for you.
People just want to understand people and their bullshit. But here's the fucking fun fact. In them trying to do that, they're just trying to put people in boxes so they can say they understand them.
Mm-hmm.
But let me tell you this shit on an everyday fucking basis. People don't know who I am, where I came from, where my family background is. When I tell people who the fuck I am, they are perplexed. They're like, you're from New York? I don't hear an accent. Yeah, bitch, because I know how to talk.
Yeah, it's just like I know how to shut that shit off and when to put it back on.
Yes, like I am a black magician. I can do it all, and you don't know me, ho. So don't be trying to put me in a box.
Right. I don't know.
But speaking of trying to sweat people, It's just people out here sweating us. Talking about she a Gemini, you not a New Yorker. First of all, bitch, you don't know us. We are a box of surprises.
Like
Best
one
kind
of
of
that,
candy
like,
you ever bought.
like telling me I'm not black because of the fact that I don't watch black fucking shows and shit like that. I'm just like,
Kiss
okay,
my ass.
and
Yeah, right.
I'm like, and
This color ain't rubbing off, so obviously, I'm
right, it
pure
ain't
black.
going nowhere. So I don't know what to tell you.
So how to sweat the bullshit when people try to put you in a box? Tell them to go fuck off. Okay?
Yeah.
Because no one asked for you. We were out here living our best lives before you showed up with your shit.
Yeah, because I don't indulge in shit that doesn't excite me. Like I'll try like one
At
of
all.
these fucking predominantly black revolve around that type of shit, but it's just like other than that, like it doesn't excite me. If it doesn't excite me, I'm not gonna watch it.
Right.
That's
And
just
that
how
has
I
nothing
am.
to do with not respecting our culture and who we are as people. Like, come on now. It's just a show.
Right.
Also, one show does not define a whole culture.
No.
Because if that's the case, we would be living out here better lives if Full House was the interpretation of the American fucking dream.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? They had a big ass house in San Francisco. How much money was coming in?
Right.
Show me the checks.
Well, there was like 1 million adults living in that house, so they were fine.
Yeah, but before that, there was four. Well, it was five, six, five. No,
There was
because
three guys. It was 3 guys before.
No, I'm talking
and
about
then-
before the guys moved in. There was the dad, the 2 daughters, and then Michelle. So 3, 4, and then the mom who died.
Oh.
Right. Oh,
There
no.
were only 4 of them. 5 of them. 5. Yeah, 5 of them. Yeah. So there was 5 of them before the other 2 moved in. So either way, shit don't change. They still had some money coming in. That was a big ass house. They had a finished basement. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That they converted into a studio at some point.
And a finished attic, actually.
Yep, that's true.
With like 2 bedrooms up there and a bathroom.
And a backyard. Okay. No, the checks don't line up. This is not the American dream. This is not the America I know. So fuck that shit. Don't put us in boxes. And go about your business.
And I still didn't understand it because one of them was a career man who actually had an actual career.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other 2 had like freelance jobs. So it's just like, so you're letting us know that we can survive in San Francisco on freelancing.
Yeah, no, you cannot.
Yeah,
No,
and with 3 kids.
not at all.
With 3 kids.
And a dog.
And a dog. Okay, no, that's false. So yeah, no, we're not doing it. Sorry. Anyways, my last one was doing your best every day and accepting that you deserve to do what you want and enjoy your happiness within realms.
Yep, that's true.
So if I work my ass off every day for this whole week, I can have a fucking cupcake. It's okay. I'm gonna be okay. I'm not diabetic. I do not need to take something for my sugar. I am a technically healthy young adult woman. So yes, I'm allowed to do this. Yes, I am allowed to take a short walk around the block on a nice day because I deserve fresh air and time alone to myself. And exercise because we all deserve that as well, even though we hate it. That's my last one. Y'all got any more?
I think that's a good wrap up.
Whoop, whoop. Sweet. All right, well, let's keep it moving and wrap this sucker up with our weekly recommendations. So, weekly recommendations are anything that we feel will help improve your life, your week, your month, whatever. And it could be music, movies, advice, products, whatever has happened in our week where we felt that you need to know this shit. So, I'm going to start off with move your feet. I like to dance. I like to take walks. But at least once a week, if I have not worked out or done enough steps to count in my mind as a workout, I need to work out. Because I would like to be on this earth for a little bit longer than maybe God has anticipated for me. I just want to beat his expectations. That's a good person, right? Sure. Yeah, everyone needs to work out in order to be healthy, happy, and live a long life. So that's my advice. Bad out.
There we go.
Who wants to go next? Kishana.
Thanks. All right, so I have a recommendation, which is a podcast, actually, by
Ooh.
by our beloved Cammy Crawford, former Miss Teen USA,
Yay!
and also the one of the hosts on Catfish, the TV show. And her podcast is called Relationship. Great fucking title, first of all. I love Cammy because she's so realistic and she's so down to earth. And she really speaks from like a place of love, hurt, brokenness, acceptance, everything. And basically her podcast is basically just how she navigated the world of like, you know, romance and relationships and falling in love, whether it's like romantic, family, friends. And she always has like different guests on her show to always get like different perspectives, but it's a really good show. And I've been like binge watching and binge listening to the shit out of it this week since I discovered it this week because I love Cammy.
Mm-hmm.
So I definitely say check it out, especially if you're into that type of stuff. I don't know if anybody knows who Shan Boudram is.
Mm-hmm.
She has and that's how I discovered it because I love Shan. She's like another one of those type of in that spectrum. I think she's supposed to be a sex relationship therapist or something like that.
Yeah.
Something along those lines. And that's how I discovered it because she was on her most recent episode. And I just like went back to like whatever she released in the last year and just started listening. And I loved it. It speaks to my heart and my soul.
Your heart.
And my soul.
Okay. Love it.
Okay,
Hello.
well, mine is it's crazy because y'all already started saying my weekly recommendation throughout the episode, but I'm just going to reiterate it because people need to hear it and they need to be very aware of it. But don't be ignorant and don't be misinformed. And by that, I mean, as bad as everything is that's going on the news, please watch the news, even if it's just doing your little Twitter search real quick, just doing a little scan on the top files that are going on, world news and stuff. Please do it because the amount of people from these past 3 years in particular, I don't know how many times I've heard people not know how the judicial branch works or that there were even three branches in the government or they don't even know how the water cycle happens and photosynthesis. Like y'all don't even know certain basic knowledge things that you should know in your daily life. And
U.S. education system.
yeah, like everything. And I don't want to live in a world with ignorant and stupid people anymore because that has gotten us nowhere. And not to say that I'm tooting my own horn, but I do know a lot of information. And all three of us ladies here have a lot of knowledge and know what's going on. We may not talk about it to each other personally, and we don't talk about it to other people outside of our safe space, but to know what's going on is very vital to our entire ecosystem and the planet and just everyday life of people. And
Yep.
it can definitely affect you. You think that things that aren't happening overseas right now does not affect you here at home. It does. Just like climate change can affect everything. The price in groceries and the shortage that's going on right now, it's because of things that are going on overseas, let alone what's going on home turf. And
Yeah,
even
climate
just
change.
the new laws that can happen can affect what comes out of your paycheck. So your
Yep.
taxes, how safe your kids' schools are, how much this is going to be. Like everything affects us no matter what you think it is. And I just want to be very clear that if you are somebody who just does not want to listen or watch the news here and there because you think it's just so negative, which it is, and it's
That's the
boring,
world.
yeah, you live in it. You're alive. The time that you're alive, you're gonna have to follow it and be respectful of it. I'm not saying that I sit down and watch the news all the time. Like that's just not my ministry. But I do know and am aware of what's going on, and that's the least you could do. So that's my little PSA. Please and thank you. Be respectful of it, and if you're gonna be on this earth, take that into consideration.
It is your due diligence as a citizens of this planet.
Mm-hmm.
Also, to that, if you don't know what's going on and someone's telling you, don't be a dick about it. Don't make it seem like you're supposed to know that and then treat that person like shit for telling you.
Mm-hmm.
And second to that, follow up after and look into it yourself because they might be telling you the wrong information.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Fun facts. People
Mhm.
lie.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Lord. Well, thank you, Miss Kelly. I 1000% agree. It's hard out here. People are wild.
Mm.
Praying for peace and some kind of
Resolution.
understanding or
Yeah.
something. I don't know what to pray for, to be honest. But praying for something, all the things. How about that?
Yes.
Yep.
That's all I got, y'all. All right. Well, I think we're all set to wrap this up. How y'all ladies feel?
Feeling good.
Get us out of here.
Awesome. It's pancake time. All right. Well, let's go ahead and wrap this sucker up. So that is all the time we have for today. Thank you for listening to High Tea with Mel, Kel, and Kay. Don't forget to leave us a quick 5-star review on iTunes and follow us on Instagram at high_t_podcast and on Twitter at hightpod1. And take a peek in the description box for all links, High Tea. And we'll see you same time, same place next week. MKK out.